Typical day at work, I start out by soaking 8 cups of rice in water and cooking it for about an hour. Then I take my cutting boards and my knives and chop up my various vegetables and fish and combine it all to make a delicious and beautiful meal. I make sushi. Sushi is a wonderful dish and is a Japanese staple in the food world. Its versatility is almost unmatched in almost every single aspect of cooking. While most Midwesterners turn up their noses at this unusual dish, many of the ingredients we use to make sushi are part of so-called normal meals that we eat around here in the Midwest. And making sushi truly is an art form. When approached about the subject, most people will say that sushi is raw fish. Now, these people aren't entirely correct. Yes, sushi can contain raw fish, but some sushi rolls don't have any fish at all, raw or otherwise. Sushi literally means wrapped in rice. But when confronted with this, most people argue that, wait, what about spring rolls? Spring rolls aren't wrapped in rice, they're wrapped in some weird paper. Well, actually, that paper is rice. It's pounded out rice that is translucent and starts out very brittle. So sushi chefs like myself soak it in warm water and turn it in our fingers a little bit to make it more pliable. Then we put it on our cutting board, put our ingredients in, roll it up, and there you go. You have a spring roll. Now, if you don't have to put fish in it, what do you put in sushi? Well, you can put pretty much whatever you want in sushi. You can put just vegetables in there, like carrots, cucumbers, avocados, and still have a delightfully tasty and flavorful dish. Or you can put tofu in it, or even real meat. You don't have to have fish. Or if you really like to, you can have cooked fish. At Hy-Vee, where I work, we make sushi every single day. And we use something called shirimi for our crab. Now, shirimi is imitation crab. And most people wonder why we use imitation crab. We use it because A, it's less expensive, so people who are in the Midwest and actually do like sushi don't have to pay that premium top dollar price for the sushi like they would if the fisherman or the sushi maker had just caught the fish that morning off their backyard pond. And B, because if you don't cook crab properly and it's not fresh enough, you can get very sick from it. So Hy-Vee uses imitation crab meat to avoid that. Now, one of our most popular rolls is called the California roll. And it is made with the shirimi. And then vegetables like cucumber, avocado, and you start out with your nori or your seaweed. You spread out the rice on it. You can add some sesame seeds if you'd like to. Then you flip it over and stuff it with all your ingredients and roll it up, and voila! You have a maki roll, which is a traditional long sushi roll. We also have our crunchy shrimp roll, which is my favorite shrimp roll. And it is actually made with real tempura fried shrimp. Yes, the fish in it is not raw. I will take it over to the fryer myself in the tempura breader and fry it and then put it into the roll. It's actually quite delicious. Now, even though sushi is made with very simple ingredients, making it tends to be a bit more complicated. In order to make the maki roll, the long roll, you're going to need a bamboo roller mat, which is a mat about this big, made of small strips of bamboo that are tethered together with strings. You start with on it flat and you put the sushi on top before it's rolled and roll it up and take the mat out each time, squeezing to make sure it's nice and tight. For nigiri sushi, which is just a small little ball of rice with fish laid over top, all you need is your hands, which is pretty beneficial to the novice sushi maker. Now, cutting a maki roll into 9 perfect pieces takes an enormous amount of practice and calculation. You can't just sloppily cut it all up and put it in a dish and mark it sushi. That just won't cut it. It takes a lot of practice, and even I still mess up sometimes, and I've been doing it for over a year. Like any true artwork, sushi must be perfect in the artist's eyes, and has a clean representation catches the eyes of a possible customer. Sushi showcases a clean-cut, modern, and precise meal that contains interesting and complex flavors that, when paired right, send the eater on a wonderful palate and stomach-pleasing journey. When looked at in the right light, sushi is exposed as a delicious and healthy meal that comes in many shapes, sizes, colors, and flavors. All that's left to do now is try it.